असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय.
Hello students, this is your social teacher Tirupati Nayak Malot. We are in 9th class, second chapter. We have completed first chapter successfully and now we are entering our second chapter. It's a very huge chapter. It's an interesting chapter. We will know a lot of facts. We will know a lot of information in related to lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. Let's see what are these. Our topic is the natural realms of the earth. Natural realms of the earth. Natural realms. The natural things whatever surrounded in the earth. Natural things or natural realms on the earth. So the natural realms there are four natural realms are there. There are four important natural realms. These realms are very important. These realms are surrounded. These realms are there around us. So what are these? First one is lithosphere. First one is lithosphere. Second one is hydrosphere. Hydrosphere. Third one is atmosphere. Atmosphere. Fourth one is biosphere. Biosphere. Lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere. We have four spheres. In this session, we deeply go with lithosphere in this chapter. In the next, our third lesson is about hydrosphere. Fourth lesson is about atmosphere. Fifth lesson is about biosphere. So, separately we are learning about each and every sphere here. Let's see what are these spheres. Lithosphere. Lithosphere. Lithosphere word, it was derived from a Greek word that is lithos. That is lithos. Sir, what is the meaning of lithos? Lithos means stone. Lithos means what? Stones. You see, we are living on the crust. We discussed that in our internal structure of the earth, we are living on the crust. We are on the crust. See, in our surroundings, we will find many mountains. Yes, isn't it? We have mountains around us. We are also having hills. We are also having plateaus. We are also having valleys. Plateaus, valleys, deep basins, etc. we have. Okay? Sir, we know that mountains, yes, but what are deep basins? Deep basins are oceans. Deep basins are oceans, lakes, tanks, sun basins. Okay? Right. Actually, lithos means stone. Then what about the sphere? Sphere word derived from speria. Sphere word derived speria. Speria means like a ball. Like a ball. So lithosphere, it's like a ball surrounded us. So we are learning about the lithosphere. Sir, lithosphere consists what? Lithosphere consists mountains, hills, plateaus, valleys, deep basins. Lithosphere consists. Next, on the lithosphere, in your 8th class, you have learned that we receive heat from the sun. That usually we call as radiation. The sunlight coming from the sun, or the heat or the energy which is coming from the sun, we usually call as radiation. That energy, earth receives that energy, isn't it? When earth receives, okay, and also it will be reflected into the atmosphere. Earth does not always receives. If earth receives all energy, we will die. Earth reflect into the atmosphere. So we can understand that earth or lithosphere heats up by the sun, and in the night it also become cool, heats up and also cool. It is lithosphere. Next, the second one is hydrosphere. Sir, what is hydrosphere? Hydrosphere, that hydra, it is also Greek word hudor or hudor. Hudor is a Greek word. Hydrosphere derived from a Greek word. The hydro derived from a Greek word. It is called as hudor. What is the meaning of the hudor? Hudor means water. Hudor means water. Now you see that in our surroundings we can find water bodies. You know that 71% of the water on our globe, 71% of the water surrounded the earth. And also you know that some part of water is found in the deep ground or deep. We usually called as groundwater, underground water we call. Okay. So hydrosphere, it is a study, it is a learning procedure. We learn in hydrosphere lesson is about water bodies, fresh water, salt water, underground water, river water, etc., etc. In our surroundings, stones also there, mountains, hills, plateaus, valleys, deep basins, these all are there, and also water bodies also there. Can you give examples of the water bodies? Water bodies such as rivers, lakes, oceans and seas, etc., etc., etc. come under hydrosphere. Now let's see atmosphere. Atmosphere also derived from a Greek word. That word is atmos. Sir, what is the meaning of atmos? You said that lithos means stone. Okay. Hudor means water. Then atmos means what? Atmos means vapor. Atmos means what? It's a vapor. Atmosphere. You see, I am taking my breath. Okay, when I am taking my breath, inhalation, exhalation was going on. It is because of the air. You know that on the earth, the layer of air that surround the earth, the layer of air which surrounded the earth is called as atmosphere. On our earth, to some extent kilometers, the air is surrounded. So it is, we are going to learn about the atmosphere, the air. Okay, we are going to learn the atmosphere lesson. Sir, what does this atmosphere consist? This atmosphere consists various gases. It consists various gases. Yeah, what are the gases? Gases like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, vapor, that means water vapor. More about water vapor after dust particles. And also we can find dust. While we are going somewhere, sometimes in our eyes certain dust will feel. So we will feel that the dust particles also will be there in the atmosphere. Next, biosphere. Let's see bios. Bios means life. It is also Greek word. Bios means life. Bio means what? Life. So life means what? Life is on the lithosphere. Life is in the hydrosphere. Life consists in atmosphere. It is combination of these three called as biosphere. These three is equal to biosphere. The life of lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere is equal to called as biosphere. So what will be there? We know that bacteria. Okay, bacteria, small insects, bacteria in the atmosphere, and you can go in the deep oceans, variety of fish, variety kind of animals. These all constitute biosphere. Bios means life. It is also a Greek word. So in this lesson, we are going to learn about only one sphere, that is lithosphere. The remaining these three spheres separately we are going to learn. I hope you cleared with the basics of these four spheres. Let's enter lithosphere deeply in our lesson. Our lesson is lithosphere. We have four spheres now. In this session, we are going to discuss about only lithosphere. Let's see now lithosphere. So lithosphere means what? Land. On the land we find mountains, hills, plateaus, valleys, deep basins, etc. etc. we find. So that we can say that landforms. Landforms. Sir, what are landforms? How the landforms are formed? How the landforms are formed? Once you recall evolution of the earth. When the earth was evolved, when the earth was very hot like swirling ball, it will become cool. Whenever it will become cool, it was wrinkled. It was wrinkled. Whenever it became cold, some portion on the earth will become wrinkled, ridges, foldings. When it became like contracted, it was, certain wrinkles were found. Okay. First, after the formation of the earth, what was first will be we observe on the earth. Earth was formed. What will be there? Earth is ready. Now earth was ready. What will be there? So first we can see that continents and oceans, or oceans and continents. So these are called as first order landforms. First order landforms. They may ask you, what are first order landforms? What are first order landforms? First order landforms were oceans and continents. Oceans and continents were considered as first order landforms. Sir, why these only considered as first order landforms? Because first they formed. After the formation of their, these are formed. Ocean, we know that 71% of the area is under water. So the oceans, the low basins, million years there was a rain. That low lands were filled with the water. These became oceans. And the upper parts, which was not submerged into the water, these became continents. We are living on the continents. So that these are called as first order landforms. Next, second order landforms. Second order landforms. Sir, then what are second order landforms? I will give you examples of the second order landforms were mountains, plains and plateaus. Mountains, plains and plateaus were considered called as second order landforms. Sir, why these are called as second order landforms? Because these are formed afterwards. First oceans and continents were formed. Later mountains, plains, plateaus were formed. These are formed due to the these are formed due to the internal forces. These are formed with the internal forces, and we can also call as endogenic forces. Endogenic forces. Yeah. Endogenic forces, internal forces, external forces. Internal means inside. Internal means inside. Endogenic means again inside. We can call internal forces or endogenic forces. Endogenic forces. Sir, how sir? How? The changes which was happen inside of the earth. Mountains are formed. Mountains are formed due to the internal forces. Due to the endogenous forces which were usually happen the changes inside. Inside the changes were happen. Example, when two mountains or two plateaus are coming this side. Whenever these two plates are coming this side, here what happen? Here mountains will form. So these mountains were formed due to the changes which was occurred inside of the earth. The changes which was happening in the interior of the earth. So that's what these are called as second order landforms. Next let's see third order landforms. Next, third order landforms. Yeah, third order landforms. Sir, what are third order landforms? Third order landforms, just I want to give examples to you. Carwood mountains. Carwood mountains. Next, valleys. You know valleys, deltas, scarred mountains, valleys, deltas, sand dunes. These are examples of the third order landforms. So how these formed? These are formed due to the exogenic forces. Sir, what are exogenic forces? Endogenic opposite exogenic. Endogenic means inside, exogenic means outside. Okay, or we can also say that external process or external forces. Example, one mountain was there. Whenever the rainfall was happen, the water will be come this side. Here the water will be flow from one side to another side. So here what happen? One valley will occur. This water will cut the mountain. This is the force of water. This water has a lot of velocity, lot of force. This water will cut the mountain, so that it is the change which is happening on the earth or inside of the earth. The changes which is happening on the earth, not inside. So that we can say that external, on top, outside, or exogenic. Deltas. How deltas formed? River. Yeah, whenever the rain was going on, whenever the rainfall occurred, suddenly the material means like clay, sand, and this everything was washed out here. It will be deposited somewhere. This will be deposited somewhere. So the deltas will be formed. Here the rainfall occurred. The clay, sand, alluvium, everything was eroded, removed from here, and it was deposited here and formed as delta. So it is the changes because of water. Sand dunes. Example, Thar desert. This is a desert. Every day desert is increasing, expanding, because whatever the sand dunes are there, whatever the sand is here, this sand is coming this side. Why this sand is coming? We are shifting the sand one place to another place. Do you? No, because of the wind. Whenever the wind will blow from this side to this side, these sand dunes will be displaced here. These sand dunes will be moved to here. Sometimes there are storms, sand dunes, sand storms will occur. Okay, so we can say that third order landforms will be formed due to the four important few forces like weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition, right. They may ask you questions. What is give reasons why third order landform formed. Third order landforms are formed due to the four forces: weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition. Sir, what is this transportation? These are four. We will learn in the lesson about the weathering, erosion, transportation, and deposition. These all weathering, erosion, transportation. These are weathering plus erosion plus deposition plus transportation plus deposition is equal to called as denudation. Simple. They may ask, what is denudation? Denudation means weathering plus erosion plus transportation plus deposition is equal to called as denudation. Denudation is a continuous process. It's going on. Denudation is a continuous process. Let's enter. You children, you see, weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition, denudation will be discussed in this chapter only. So do not worry, be careful. We have to learn certain other topics, or let's we discuss this weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition only. Let's see first weathering. What is weathering? What is weathering? Weathering is simple breaking of stone into pieces. What is breaking of stone into pieces? Yeah, breaking of stone into pieces is called as weathering. For example, this is a mountain. Okay, some stones are there. These stones. These stones sometimes they breaks into different pieces. Why, sir? Why these stones will be break? Because you know, due to the day or during a day, this will become these stones will heats up. In the night, it will become very cool. So due to this, during day, it will be expand. During night, it will be contract. So due to this activity, you know, certain cracks we may find on the stones. You may observe certain stones we can have certain cracks. It will become brittle. For example, this is a stone. This is a stone. So due to the day and night, there is a lot of variation. Suddenly, certain cracks we may find on the stone. Whenever rainfall occurs, the water may go inside. The water also may affect the stone. Slowly, these cracks will become bigger. Whenever these cracks become bigger, it will become into different pieces due to the chemical activity. That's what you see. Whenever you break huge stones, you can find out top of the stone color is different and inside of the color will be different. So these stones may fall from one place to another place. They may displace some other areas. So that this is called as weathering. Weathering is simple breaking of stone into different pieces due to the chemical activity, due to the wind, okay, due to the wind or due to the water. This may be happens. So this is called as weathering. Weathering is a continuous process. Weathering is continuous process, but it will take a lot of time to see these cracks on the rocks. So whenever you are traveling, you observe, if you see any rock, you observe the colors of the rocks. So this is weathering. Next let us see erosion. Erosions will be happening due to the water and wind. Example, this is a land. What is this? This is a land. Here we have a clay, small dust particle clay is there. Suddenly there was the rainfall occur. What will happen? Sudden rainfall, huge rainfall, forced rainfall. So this due to the water, due to the rain, the clay will be removed from one place to another place. Clay will be moved. Clay is moving one place to another place. So whenever it is moving from one place to another place, it is calling as transportation. We are calling as transportation. Clay is the topper layer or the top of the soil, where is the smooth clay, sand. This is moving from one place to another place. Why it is moving? Because of the rain. In your locality, suddenly rainfall occurs. We can find certain dust, okay, mud. We can find. Where does it come? It came from by the water, by the force of water. It came. Whenever it is moving one place to another place, it is called as transportation. Okay. Here, very huge water force is there. While going, the water force is decreasing. Here, the rainfall occurred. Whenever rainfall occurred, there was a huge force is there. The water force is huge. The velocity of the water was huge. Hence, it may go very fast. While it going, it will become weak, or the velocity of the water will be decreases when go to the other places. Slowly, whenever the velocity of the water decreases, it will be deposit certain material. It is deposit certain material. Here, material was deposited here. Here, the material was deposited here. Suddenly, the rainfall came and it was washed out the top layer. Many things, even plastic bottles, these all things, it will be displaced somewhere or it will be deposited some other places. So this is called as deposition. See, erosion, weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition is combined. Usually take place at a time. At a time, this will be take place. Example. This is a hill. It consists of so much stones. So many stones are there. You know, for example, under the stone there was a clay. If due to the rain, this clay will come this side. This clay will come this side. Whenever the clay come down, usually the stones also may fall. The rocks also may fall down. So whenever this continually is going on, slowly the mountain or the hill size will be decreases. The hill size will be decreases. So this is called as denudation. This is called as denudation. It is a continuous process. It is a continuous process. Decreasing of the mountains, or now whatever the places we are standing now, once upon a time, may these are the hills or mountains. Slowly it may be decreases. So this is called as denudation. Decreasing of the mountain height gradually, slowly, once upon a time, million years after, it will become like this. Denudation. This is called denudation. Denudation is a continuous process. I hope you understand. Weathering, erosion, transportation, deposition, this everything, this combination of these four forces called as denudation. Let's see now plates. Now let's see plate systems. Okay. Let's learn certain plates. Plates means what? Whatever you are eating, those are not plates. Plates are different. Here we have different kinds of plates. One is divergent plates, convergent plates, and transform boundary. Let's we learn only divergent plates and convergent plates. Divergent plates means, example, this is one plate and this is one plate. Both plates are there. One plate is moving this side and another plate is moving this side. Opposite side. Whenever the two plates are moving different side, this is called as divergent plates. Next, convergent plate means what? Convergent plate means whenever both the plates are coming together or both the plates are converged. This is one plate, this is one plate. Whenever this both plate will meet here, mountains will form. So these are the plates. You know that our earth was made up with the plates. Different plates. You know one more fact, oceans. You know the oceans? Oceans and sea. Oceans are actually situated on the massive rocks which we call as plates. Oceans are situated on the massive rocks called what? These massive rocks called plates. So now you understood that oceans also. Example, this is a plate, this is the ocean. Ocean is now situated on the massive rocks which is called as plate. These are the plates. Now let's see 7 major plates. Earth was made up with the few major plates and few minor plates. There are 7 major plates were there. 7 major plates. So what are these 7 major plates? First one. The important one is African plates. Second one is North American plates. And third one is South American plate. South American plate. These are, you are thinking that these are continents, but fourth one is Indo-Australian plate. Indo-Australian plate. Yeah, once you recall, India, Australia, both are formed from same person, same land, which is we call Gondwana land. Once you recall, India and Australia both are separated from Gondwana land. Fifth one is Antarctica. Antarctica plate. Antarctica plate. And sixth one is Eurasian plate. Eurasian plate. And final one, seventh one is very important plate which is completely in the ocean. This is called as Pacific plate. So these are the major plates. They may ask you, give names of few major plates. Major plates are 7 major plates were there. African plate, North American plate, South American plate, Indo-Australian plate, Antarctica plate, Eurasian plate, Pacific plate. Next, and also let us see minor plate. There are so many minor plates are there, but in our textbook they have mentioned that 2 minor plates. What are these plates? First one is Nazca plate. Nazca plate, which is located, it was mentioned in our map number 2 in our textbook. It was near South America. It was near behind of South America, Nazca plate. And second one is Saudi Arabian, or we can say that Arabian plate. Arabian plate. So earth was made up with the plates. What are the plates? Plates are massive rocks. Plates are massive rocks. Earth was made up with the 7 major plates and 2 minor plates. Let's try to understand what are plate tectonics. In our textbook they have given that plate tectonics. Plate tectonics. Plate tectonics. What are plate tectonics? Usually the plate tectonics are, you recall once we learned mantle and crust. Usually the plates or the crust float onto the mantle. Plates float on the mantle, right? Isn't it right? Yeah, mantle is liquid. This is mantle, this is crust. This crust was floating on the mantle. So plates float on the mantle. And these plates, they move very slow. They move very slow. You cannot observe. It is very difficult to observe. Plates are slowly move. To observe this move, it will take million years to observe the flow, or their movement. We cannot observe. See, one plate push another plates. One plate push under the mantle. Yeah, one plate, this is plate, these both are plate. One plate may go inside. For example, this plate, these both are the plates are there. This is one plate, this is one plate. Whenever these both plates are coming opposite side, this plate may be go inside. This plate may be go inside, and other plate may be push up. So one plate push under the mantle, and the other plate push up. Yeah, one plate push under the mantle. This is crust, this is crust. These both are plates. Whenever these both plates are meet, this is a weaker one, then it will go. It is a stronger one. It will go inside of the mantle. So one plate push under the mantle and other plate push up. So push up to form, whenever push up form the mountains. Form the mountains. Yeah. Whenever it may go inside, it will form like this. Okay, this is like mountains. So how the mountains will be formed? Whenever both plates, some certain plates, they may go inside, they crumble, they ride over, they ride. For example, it is ride on them. Sometimes it may go under the mantle. So due to this activity, mountains will form. How the mountains will form? Mountains will form whenever both plates will meet. One plate may go inside, another plate will be push up. So due to this activity, mountains will form. So this activity is called as plate tectonic activity. Plate tectonic activity. Due to this plate tectonic activity, earthquakes are occurs. Usually the earthquakes occurs. Earthquakes occurs due to this geological activity. So this is how the mountains form. Let's see now sea floor spreading or spreading of sea floor. Spreading of sea floor. It's very important. Spreading of sea floor. What is the floor? Example. This is the water. This is the ocean. These are the water. Here, this is the ground, or this is the bottom of the ocean. This is the land. Okay, this is the land. We can find out that geologists discovered mid-ocean ridges in the Pacific Ocean. Okay, geologists found mid-ocean ridges. Mid-ocean ridges. Sir, what are mid-ocean ridges? Because these are like this is one plate and this is one plate. This is one plate and this is one plate. So in between this plate, what usually happens? Yeah, what usually happens, you know? Yeah, whenever here the lava may come up. Lava. So lava come up from here. Lava pours on the floor. Lava pours on the floor, or this lava pours on the floor. Sorry, I'll explain again. Yeah. So these are the ridges. Here, what happened? You know, sometimes from here, these margins were very weak because some gap is there between this plate and this plate. Certain gap is there. From the gap, the lava may come and they may pour onto this part. The lava may pour. So this is how new sea floor will be spread. New sea floor will be spread by the lava. What is this? Lava. Where we are in now present, where is this? Inside of the ocean. This is inside of the ocean. So this is how here new land. This is a new land. New land will be come up. Next year. Again, if again the lava will come up, again it may be floor, it may be deposit on here. It may be again it will be deposit here. So every year whenever the lava come up from the mid-ocean ridges. Ridges means what? These two plates wherever they are joining, this is called as ridges. So whenever the lava erupt, again the new sea floor will be spread at the mid-ocean ridges, so that the always in the ocean, mountains or volcanoes will be erupt, and that lava will be spread, that lava will be widening, that lava will be widened. Then this is we called as new sea floor. This is we called as new sea floor. This is called as new sea floor. Older one gone into the mantle, older one gone inside, newer one came up. Older one gone, new one came up. From where the new one came up? Lava. The lava was poured on the floor, on the ocean. Inside, we cannot see this one because we cannot go deep inside. No, these things are happen into the oceans. Let's see drama at the margins. Drama at the margins. We cannot find usually this is drama at the margins. Sir, what are margins? Same, margin means what I said. This is one plate and this is one plate. Both plates are there. This is plate A and this is plate B. Whenever these both plates, this is called as ridge. This is called as margin, or this is called a ridge. So here lot of drama will be placed. Sir, what drama will take place here? Here highest geologist activity. Yeah, highest geologist activity will done. Most of the activities will done. Lot of activities, because one plate, this plate may go inside, this plate may come up. Okay, incoming plates may, some plates, incoming plate, whenever this plate go inside, they will be merged into the mantle. Okay, I repeat, Same, just now I explained to you. This both plate, one plate may go under. Where this will happen? Wherever the gap. This is here. Okay, here. This is called as mid-ocean ridges, or this is called as drama at margin. This is a margin. Here is a margin. Here is a margin. In this margin, lot of geologist activity will be take place. One example was explained in our textbook. That example we see once. India plate and Eurasia plate. This is India. You consider this is we call usually Deccan plate. This is we call as Deccan plate. Whenever one plate is moving coming from this side, one plate is coming this side. Okay, so suddenly what happened, you know? Yeah, suddenly what happened? So whenever these both plates are, whenever the one plate is going this side, one plate is coming this side. So due to this here, Himalayas are formed. Himalayas are formed. These are what? These are Himalayas. These are Himalayas. How Himalayas are formed? Himalayas are formed due to the forces of Eurasian plate. This is Eurasian plate, and this is what? Indian plate. This is Indian plate. Okay, this is Indian plate and this is Eurasian plate. These both plates are push each other. These both plates are push each other. These both plates are push each other. Then finally here the mountains are formed. The mountains are formed. This is Everest. So the Himalayas are formed due to the highest geologist activity which was formed occurred between Eurasian plate and Indian plate. Usually you know that Nepal frequently earthquakes occurs in Nepal. You know, earthquakes frequently occurs in Nepal. Why? You know, Nepal is in this place, India is in this place. India is in this place. So whenever the earthquakes occurs in Nepal, but the similar earthquakes will not occur in India, because Nepal is in a different plate, India is located in a different plate. Or if the example it is India, sometimes the earthquakes occurs in the Delhi, Gujarat, these places, but the earthquakes does not occurs in this place. Because what is the reason? Because this is one plate and this is a different plate. Whenever both plates are there, one plate will move, this may be not affect on this will be moved, but it will be not affect to move on this one. Both plate will be not moved. Whenever both plate will move, earthquakes will occur. So in this regard, Nepal highest geologist activities happening in the Nepal Himalayas, so that earthquakes are frequently occur. So this is our today's topic, children. I hope you understood this topic. Thank you.